Angelina.
You talk so much.
After more than 10 years, Sammi is back on the Jersey Shore, and she's not wasting any more time. In the trailer for the new season, she surprised almost everyone by unexpectedly showing up at the house. But it looks like not long after her arrival, something caused her to start yelling at one or more of her fellow castmates. The whole story behind Sammi's return and everything else the sneak peek revealed is seriously insane. Aside from Angelina, no one expected Sammi to arrive at the house, so I think it's safe to say that they especially didn't expect her to return the way she did. Sammi didn't wait long to call someone out for supposedly being messy and going after her, and that's when things took a steep turn downhill. The trailer showed Sammi sitting with her storemates at a table while she shouted at someone to shut up. Then she even criticized how much that person was still talking. What apparently happened after that was truly bizarre. Sammi was obviously getting more and more mad at whoever wasn't giving her any time to speak. But in between clips of her angry outburst, there were altering snippets of Dina and Snooki both reacting very emotionally. The quick clips went back and forth between Dina breaking down in tears and Snooki getting visibly upset. Dina was sobbing and begging to go home before she was seen trying to leave the house in a hurry. Snooki was cursing someone out and crying that she didn't want to be there. The multiple scenes that were edited together show the cast members wearing different outfits, which suggests something pretty interesting. It looks like the blowout argument didn't happen the same day that Sammi got to the house. If that's the case, who knows how long Sammi is planning to stay and how much drama will be stirred up. But before Sammy's arrival, the beginning of the teaser addressed the craziness that happened when the group was in New Orleans. Dina, Snooki, and Jenny were talking about where they currently stood with Angelina, and what they revealed was unbelievable. Apparently, the three women hadn't really spoken to Angelina since they left New Orleans. Vinny Tortorella had proposed to Angelina, who admitted to Mike that Jenny didn't seem happy for her, which ruined the special moment. The entire situation was blown out of proportion, and Angelina's assumption was totally ridiculous. The trailer showed Jenny confessing that she was completely fine with not speaking to Angelina or even being around her. And now it looks like Angelina might be at odds with Dina and Snooki in the new season as well. And another clip from the teaser showed that Sammi might not be the only person returning to Jersey Shore. Ronnie stopped by Mike's house where he said that he felt ready to come back. But if Sammi and Ronnie are both in the same house next season, it's going to be an absolute nightmare. Sammi's sneaky arrival was also included in the trailer, along with the cast's reaction to seeing her walk in. Angelina had secretly messaged Sammi and was the one to bring her to the house. There was so much drama packed into the sneak peek, but there are still so many questions left unanswered. One of the questions that I'm sure most people are curious about is why Sammi decided to return. After all, she'd been the only cast member to constantly say no to filming up until recently. So what made her change her mind? Even though the trailer revealed that Angelina was somewhat aware of Sammi's return, she probably wasn't the reason for it. More than 10 years after the original series ended, Sammi finally agreed to come back, which seemed impossible for the longest time. A lot of people have speculated that Sammi might have been offered so much money from MTV that she couldn't turn it down. If that's the case, it must have been an insane amount of money. Every other offer from the network hasn't been worth it for Sammi in the past, but according to what an inside source told the US Sun, there actually is one main reason why Sammi chose to return now. Allegedly, she felt like the timing was finally right because of an extraordinary opportunity. The insider said that because Ronnie hasn't been a regular cast member in 2 years, Sammi felt comfortable going back on the show. The source added that MTV has always tried to get Sammi back, but she refused to allow Ronnie's drama or toxicity back into her life. Up until recently, Sammi's relationships with the rest of the cast have been up in the air. By judging from who she was following on social media, it didn't look good. Sammi actually wasn't following any of the shore mates on Instagram for quite a while. In January, the cast opened up about where they stood with Sammi to Us Weekly, and what they had to say did not seem very promising at all. Not only was Sammi not following anyone in the cast on Instagram, but she had apparently completely blocked one of them. Snooki claimed that it had happened months earlier and she was still blocked in January, but someone else seemed to be over talking about Sammi, which was pretty surprising. Dina revealed that it was obvious that Sammi didn't want anything to do with the show anymore. That's why she basically felt like it was pointless to even keep talking about her, but there doesn't seem to be any hard feelings anymore. Sammi is now following Angelina, Snooki, Jenny, Dina, Mike, and his wife, Lauren, Paulie, Vinny, and even Jenny's ex-husband, Roger, and it seems like it's mutual because all of them are following Sammi back. The only exception is Ronnie, who seems to still be blocked by Sammi, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon, if ever. I honestly didn't think Sammi would ever follow anyone from Jersey Shore again, but not everyone was convinced that there was a real reason behind the social media snubs in the first place. Some people have speculated that Sammi not following the Shore mates and blocking Snooki were basically fake drama. They thought it was all just to spark more interest in the cast and their relationships in order to prepare for Sammi's return. For all we know, her plan to go back on the show could have been in the works for a while. Ronnie was the only person that Sammi refused to film with and talk to. It's possible that she's been wanting to return since he left the show and has just been figuring out the details. But allegedly, there was one thing Sammi wanted from MTV before she would agree to officially come back. This was actually really smart of her. The insider claimed that Sammi made an agreement with this show's production crew. She'd return, but supposedly if she didn't have to film with Ronnie. If that's true, I wouldn't be surprised if Sammi made sure that it was included in her MTV contract. That way, none of the cast members could sneakily arrange for Ronnie to be in the same place as Sammi at the same time. But even if Sammy's agreement with production wasn't locked down, I doubt that she and Ronnie would film together anyway. He would be taking a crazy risk if he did. Ronnie recently shared that he now has full custody of his 4-year-old daughter, which is a huge deal. He definitely doesn't need any drama that could affect his mental health or sobriety. But unsurprisingly, there are some people who want to see if there would be a chaotic and awkward tension. There are some rumors that Ronnie and Sammi have each been filming lately and that they might have even filmed together. But I can't see why Sammi would possibly agree to that after staying away so long. That being said, MTV would be smart to let people think that it was still a possibility just to boost interest and rating. Then again, Sammy's return next season probably won't need much boosting anyway. So many people have been hoping for it to happen for years. It'll be interesting to see who Sammi was yelling at in the trailer though, and if she'll be a regular cast member or not. But what do you guys think? What are your thoughts on Sammi finally returning to the Jersey Shore? What do you think was actually going on with her and the rest of the cast in the trailer? Let me know in the comments below.